If I learned that from you, I'm
I'm sure you said that like in public somewhere. But anyway, I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but affection rating for your companions. At one point we were told that that could affect, how it affected your crew skills, and then we were told that that was maybe going to be cut. What did you know what the status on that is?
Yeah, we essentially we didn't want to. That was originally the plan, but then there's going to be players who just want to be crafters, and they don't want to gain up their affection with the companion characters. So we didn't want to penalize them by forcing them to play a part of the game that they didn't have any interest in. So we took that out, but affection still does have an effect on obviously your ability to unlock your companion character stories, and if they have quests, unlock the quests, and to unlock other things as well.
Okay, that's basically my follow-up question. What does it? So is that basically just like stories, quests?
It's very similar to the affection system from Dragon Age. So I like affection systems. I developed that on Dragon Age, now brought it over here. So if you're familiar with Dragon Age, it's almost identical.
All right, thank you.
This is Andrew from Red Band again. With reference to the game metrics, what are you finding as results for, the number of players skipping through quest dialogue? And what are maybe some areas where you're looking to draw people in to deter them from skipping part of the story, which you guys spent some work on?
Surprisingly, not many people get through dialogue, especially the class dialogue. Some people will skip some of the world quests, but I think some of that will be from social pressure, right? If they're in a group and the other group has already gone through the conversation and they want to catch up. That's why we also put in the ability to share quests. So if, for example, you log in late and your friends are all on party of 3 and they've already gone into Cass City and they've talked to all the NPCs and they've got 4 quests and they're about to go off, instead of you going to talk to 4 guys, they can just share all 4 quests with you and get them right away, and therefore you don't have to go through all the conversations. We don't do that for class quests, well, because you can't give different classes, and plus that's kind of the core of your story. We never want you to miss that story. It's also the most compelling parts of the story. Whenever we get feedback, people's favorite stories are always the ones that involve their main character. Or our world arcs are quite popular as well.
And I guess a follow-up question, what are some ways in which you're bringing that story into the open world PvP and into the war zones?
Well, with the war zones, it's more kind of creating settings, mood. Like if you play the Hutball, when you go in there, you get all the voiceover that kind of sets up what Hutball is and makes it a little bit funny. And then when you're playing Hutball, you have the voiceover, basically the announcer, keeps on talking about what's going on in Hutball. So that's how we kind of put the story elements in there. We just made sure that when you're playing any of the war zones, we make use of a lot of voice to basically make the immersion that much more. There's not really a way to put story in PvP battle players.
And I guess the last question, in instancing with respect to the actual game world, how are some ways you guys looking at making that not a frustrating process where it's kind of an easy transition between joining up with different parties and being able to request with them easily if they happen to be sort of sharded or whatever?
Oh, you're talking about when a population on a world gets so huge that we have 2 versions of the world. So yeah, we're looking at we're adding a bunch of different interface elements. For example, in chat, showing a player where the guy is, which version of Adwing is he in. We've also changed how it works, and that there's no longer a cooldown timer on it, and you no longer change location when you switch. You stay in the same location. And we're also putting in more functionality to make it more obvious what's going on, because it is one of the big risks. Like a lot of the feedback we got was that it's not as intuitive as we want it to be, and it has to be pretty intuitive. It's something that we know is going to go away as it's essentially a system for the first week of the game. We have tons of people coming in, and all the beginning worlds are going to be overpopulated. But as the population spreads out, it only triggers when we have to trigger it because the world's gotten too crowded. So we eventually are hoping